How you doing, everyone? It's me. It's the Steve from Dual Screens. I'm here with Patrick Hickey Jr. Yeah, and he's gonna tell me all about WrestleQuest. He's doing like 30 or so voices in there.
It's more like 90, Steven, but you know, in professional wrestling, it's all about telling tall tales, exaggerating, saying things that aren't necessarily true.
Yeah, the cream of the crop.
The cream, yeah.
The creamiest rises to the top. So what can you tell us about this video game as far as your involvement?
So what I can tell you is I'm the principal voice actor of the game. I play over 90 characters. From the Macho Man Randy Savage to Hulk from Legion of Doom. That voice kind of sounds similar, but I'm not going to bounce around. I'm going to go one way, sideways. I'm better than you are, you know. But this is a love letter to Japanese RPGs, like Super Mario, Paper Mario. Sorry, I get confused, you know, the 80s.
It's all the chair shots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you got like turn-based battle system from the 80s, and you've got pop culture references, and you've got, of course, a love letter to professional wrestling.
And you got your toys, yeah. Play with your toys in the backyard. You got your tables and your extreme wrestling too. I
love the way you just said extreme, yeah.
Yeah, extreme. Go goth, amigo. We're going goth. We're gonna go Stinger.
Oh, you like the Brandon Lee version of Stinger
from the Rafters.
See, this is an important part of the game because this is the thing. Professional wrestling is all about creativity and on the flow. And you just change this game in a way that somebody else might not have. So later in the game, you're gonna see how important that decision was.
I just heard you.
Yeah,
in the game there
a little bit. So loud here, PAX East, you know, you can feel it, you know. It's like last night.
You could stop. That kills your voice, and I know that. So we're gonna. But Patrick, obviously, a big friend of the show.
Absolutely. So
immensely proud of you.
Thank you. Important thing here is this is just one part of the story of the game. There are 12 playable characters in this game. You get attached to this character, you go a really long way with this character. You start building an army of upstart professional wrestlers. It's like, think about every great 80s movie. It's a coming-of-age tale, Karate Kid. I mean, there's a lot of that in here. So you've got classic toys, you've got classic pop culture, you've got professional wrestling. The way I like to really key this up is this is an RPG that never forgets that it's an RPG, but it's also a wrestling game that never forgets that it's a wrestling game. So it manages to just keep those two things together and consistent throughout. So if you're not a fan of RPGs, you hold on to the wrestling side until you've kind of been assimilated into the RPG world. If you're an RPG fan that isn't necessarily a wrestling fan, you get engrossed by the characters and the story, which is what a great RPG is all about, but then you become a fan of wrestling at the same time.
And if you weren't already sold on this game, your summons, Jake the Snake with a DDT, come on.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, we played Final Fantasy VII, and we'd want to get Neo Bahamut and stuff like that. I mean, this is the best of both worlds. Again, never forgets that it's an RPG. You've got a summons, but it never forgets that it's a wrestling game either because you get Jake the Snake. So you get Mr. DDT himself. It's the best of both worlds. We live in a time now where people love to fuse things. Fusion food, fusion this, fusion that. And it's crazy that this concept was never thought of before. So it really is. The fact that it exists. Yeah, it's bizarre, but it's beautiful at the same time. It's like beauty by simplicity. You know, it's just a really solid RPG and a really solid focus on professional wrestling. You mix those two things together, you get something really special.
Patrick, I love you. Congratulations. This game's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Thank you so much, man.
Keep it tuned. Here, Dual Screens.